What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is gonna be your Black Ink Crew review, season 4, episode 9. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. So this episode, we see Four finally made it to LA. He is out in LA, and we see that he has somebody with him. Dun dun dun, Ryan. Interesting combination, but Ryan and Ford was still, good friends through all this whole situation. And Ryan said Ford came to him for some advice on the whole LA thing, and he told him he need to go for it, and he'd be there for more support. And his shop not gonna be ready for another month, so he gonna go out to LA, do a pop-up shop, make a little money, make some connections, do some things. I was like, okay, cool, that's what's up. All right, it's whatever. So they get out to LA and everybody's excited. They riding around like, my first time in LA as an adult, because I went to LA as a kid. It's different when you with your parents. But my first time in LA as an adult, I was the same way. You like, oh shit, they go that. Oh, they go that. Oh, they go that. So they was all, on that, they go to chicken and waffles. There's this and there's that. Um, London, they get in town, and the first thing they do is they go visit London and his looks like I guess it's his house. I don't know if it's a real house or just a house they allowed them to film in, but whatever. He's there with his team, and he introduces his team, and he said, "Look, let's go." And he said, "I got an event in Jamaica, and I want you to perform at it. I want you to open up for me." So of course, from day one, like shit, it's already popping for Four, and he's like, "Shit, what took me so long to get out here? Like it's already on point." So I see now how they're gonna bring this whole Jamaica trip, because you saw the trailer where they all end up in Jamaica, and like I said, I was following on social media, and all of them are in Jamaica, and I was trying to figure out how did that happen. So it looks like Ryan, that Ford's going to Jamaica to do a show, and Ryan is going to go with him to support, and then of course Nine Mag is going to come. I mean, Loyalty Inc. is going to come out to support, and it's going to be all anyway. But there we go. So so he's like, all right, we getting it popping. They going to the studio, and Ford's struggling. He's struggling in the studio. London's like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, what's up? And I think London is being extra hard on him. One, because I think London is just that dude. Like, we've seen him in a couple of scenes, and he's just straight with no chaser. Like, he's a hard guy. But I also think part of it is he wants him to rise to the occasion. He wants to see you. Look, if I push your buttons, are you gonna punk out and go back to Chicago, or are you gonna stick through it and be like, yo, I want to be better, I want to do better? And the thing is too, you're elevating your game. Like, you used to going into the studio where you're working with a producer who knows you, or like y'all are already kind of know each other and are already here. But now you're working with a producer who has reached a certain pinnacle, and he's gonna bring you to his level. And so I think it's good for Four. He's kind of getting punched in the mouth a little bit, but he's handling it. I mean, he's getting frustrated, but he's not quitting. He's not like, no, I can't do this, or I made a mistake. He like, all right, I'm going to figure out what he wants, and I'm going to give it to him. So, big ups, big ups, big ups. So then we see back at Loyalty Inc. First of all, the men are getting sick of all the women do is sit around and talk about sex all day and wear skimpy outfits. And Don and Van are just frustrated, like, how we end up with just a bunch of women. Like, but come to find out, there was an article written, it was in the Chicago Tribune, talking about Ryan the night that he shot up the shop, and how the police are investigating, and they want to talk to him. They want to figure it out. And one of the things that came up when all this went down was Ryan tried to say that it was VH1, that he was like, I trashed the shop, but I didn't shoot the shop up. Like, that wasn't me. That was production. They did it to hype up the storyline. Now, in this particular article, now I can blame VH1 for a lot of shit, but I don't think VH1 can corrupt a newspaper to write an article that has lies in it just to hype up a story. Now, that's just my opinion. The article said that Ryan was caught on tape with a gun in his hand. And now we understand how management knew. Because remember, we was like, well, how management know, Well, if he's caught on videotape, then, that's how they knew that he was in there with a gun and he didn't shot up the damn property. I don't know how much is true, how much is exaggerated. Like, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. But I do believe that there's some legitimacy to the article, because the article, like I said, VH1 ain't corrupted a newspaper article, like a news source. Like, they're not going to do that. Then there's a quote from Charmaine. And in the quote, it sounds like Charmaine is talking against Ryan and the shooting up the shop piece. But what Charmaine said was, she was like, yeah, I talked to the press, but they said they were doing an article on the shop. They didn't say anything about this whole piece with Ryan and shooting up the shop, but it makes it look like they called the police on Ryan and that they kind of like, yeah, you get what you get what you deserve sort of thing. And and you can, and again, Charmaine is not being the character Charmaine. She's being Charmaine, and she's like, look, I got my problems with Ryan, but he got to know I wouldn't snitch. Like, this article makes it look like I snitched on him, and I wouldn't do that. And I believe, because again, she's not being character Charmaine. She's being like, look, all this bullshit aside, Ryan is still my boy. I would like, I'm mad at him right now, and I ain't really fucking with him right now, but I wouldn't call the police on him. And but of course, y'all know Ryan. Fuck all of them, if they want to call the police on me, like, that let me think, that let me know that none of that was real. Like, if you call the police on your brother like that, like, none of that was real. Well, fuck all of them, I'm just gonna do my thing, and I ain't worried about the police. Look, I'm here, I'm in LA, I'm here. Ryan. Anyway, and I can understand Ryan believing the article, but again, so Fool must be calling Nicki, telling Nicki how hard things are in the studio and how things ain't really going too well for him in the studio. So Nicki, she like, let me ride for my man, and she done came out to LA to support, and she done set up rose petals and lighting candles and got the lingerie on, and she waiting for him, and where he's standing is like a loft. So it's like the bedroom is overlooking the living room or whatever. I'm sure it's like an Airbnb or whatever. And they went to the club, and Ford went to the club in London and all of them, and he was like, I don't even really feel like I deserve to be here because I feel like I haven't done nothing yet. Like, I'm struggling in the studio. Like, I don't really feel like I deserve to be out partying. Like, I feel like we celebrating, and what am I celebrating? So he's there, but you can see he ain't really in it. Like, he there, but he ain't partying. He ain't all like, yeah. And London talks to him. London goes up to him, and he's like, look, what's up? And he tells him, he said, yeah, man, he said, well, look, I'm giving you a heart. He's like, I'm pushing you. Like, I'm coming at you because I'm pushing you. He was like, and I want to see how you will react with, me talking to you, how I've been talking to you and pushing you that way. I just wanted to see your reaction. And he was like, so you here, you hanging in, we're going to get it. Like, we're going to get it. Don't trip. We're going to get it. Which I think is reassuring, because, there's a part of Ford that I'm sure is thinking, damn, I'm not good enough. Like, I'm in the studio and I'm a little intimidated. I'm sure he was nervous and intimidated and all of that. And there's a part of you that starts questioning whether this is even for you. And he was like, yeah, I'm a little nervous, but. So anyway, so I feel like him and London came to a good little moment right there where he's like, okay, he pushing me, but it's real. It's legit. It's not no bullshit, Then Ryan gets a phone call from Junior. And Junior's saying, look, the police came through here looking for you. Like, they want to talk to you. They want to question you about what happened. And they've been looking for you. So, of course, Ryan is sort of kind of fucked up about it. Because he was like, getting calls from our lawyers, from Junior, talking about the police looking for me. And it's just like, it's like, of course, he in his feelings about it. You know what I mean? He in his feelings about it. Because he just like, well, it's fucked up. I'm out here. I'm glad I'm 1,000 miles away. I don't have to deal with this shit. But, it's just, how Ryan is. He just acting like it's no big deal. He ain't do nothing wrong. Everybody against him. Whatever. But they must not be a warrant or anything for him because the police would have sent for him. You know what I mean? Like, his lawyer would have been like, you need to get your ass back to Chicago. And that's not what happened. So it must not be that serious of a situation that they need him to come back now or that they got a warrant for him. But the police are doing an investigation. So they get home from the club. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. They walk up in there. Nicki been waiting all night in her lingerie. And four, like, what you doing? Like, Ryan and some little other dude come in. And she's, again, it's a loft, so you can see up. And Ryan like, yo, who is that? And Ford like, Nicki, what are you doing here? And she's like, I came to visit you. I came to surprise you. So Ryan and them leave. Nicki like, bye, Ryan. Bye, dude, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, what are you doing here? She was like, I came to surprise you. And he was like, why didn't you call? She was like, hence the word surprise. You been out all night. He was like, I was at the club, and if I knew you were here, like, I would have came back. Like, what the hell? You supposed to be in the studio. He was like, look, was in the studio. Then I went to the club. Like, and so she was like, nope, now you're not gonna get none. And he was like, shit. He was like, I'm drunk and I'm horny. I'm gonna give me some, you know. And they have a good little moment. They laugh and she runs in the bathroom and locks the door or whatever. Cause she mad. But Nicki, Nicki hooked him up. You know she did. She loved her boo. So next we see Ryan buying some roses. And he was like, I got a phone call, a surprise phone call out the blue. And I think they was gonna try to like hint that it was Cat. We know good and damn well it wasn't no Cat. We know it wasn't. They had talked about Cat earlier. Ryan was like, hell nah. Cat, nope. Don't want to say her name. Don't want it to come up. Hell nah. And I don't blame you. Don't you even open up that can of worms, because your girl good for letting your ass go to LA knowing Cat was out there. But anyway, but this is he got a call from Nicki Minaj. She's doing her tattoo. And of course, he fanning out, which I would be too. He fanning out that somebody on her level, who could have anybody in the world do a tattoo for her, wants him to do one. And, she was like, I watched the show, I followed the show, and, and I like you guys. And, she asked about Cat trying to be, but she being messy. She know good and damn well. You was being messy, Nicki. You was being messy. But I mean, we saw on social media where Ryan had done the tattoo. So this is where it happened, where he hooked up with her. And so he ends up, they visit her on the set and they talk. They, and full all real comfortable, got his leg all kicked up in her dressing room, drinking some sparkling water and stuff. I was like, okay, Full getting real comfortable with the life. And they end up go come back later on and do her tattoo, because she was filming doing the video with Ariana Grande at that point. But she was going to the studio that night. So then we go back to Chicago. Reese has a tattoo, and Reese is like, look, I've been here for 6 weeks. Can I get a booth? Like, I don't have a permanent space. 4 is gone. Can I just use his booth? And they were like, you know what? We love you 4, and, you always got a place here, but yeah, we can't hold a shrine. So they clean it out, and they're going to let her use the booth. Okay. Well, Cobra comes in. Now, this is what I don't understand. I didn't know that Cobra didn't have a permanent space. Cobra been there for like 3 years. She ain't have a spot, like, nothing? I don't understand. So Cobra gets pissed off because she was like, so wait a minute. This new chick done come in here after like 6 weeks and she get a spot, but I don't have a permanent spot yet? Like, that's real fucked up. And she called her a bitch. And Reese was like, excuse me? Did you call me a bitch? And Cobra was like, yeah. And so then Cobra gets up and gets all in her face and like trying to fight her or whatever. And Reese is like, Reese don't back down, but Reese was like, look, I don't condone no violence. Like, I don't like this whole violent climate that they have in this shop. But on the other side, she ain't no punk. Like, she didn't back down either. And she was just like, I don't understand this. Like, I don't understand this whole situation. Why you mad? So Van, the voice of reason, is like, look, because they really about to fight. Like, she trying to... Cobra is physically trying to put Reese out the shop, like pushing her towards the door and pushing her out the door. So Van and them break it up, and then Van is like, look, and he yelling being Van, but he's like, look, we just need to learn to communicate. We can work this out. Like, Cobra, you need to calm the fuck down and let's figure it out. And so he's like, look, Reese, you stay in this booth. Cobra, you take my booth. I'll take the booth upstairs. Ryan's old spot. Like, I'll take the booth upstairs. Lily, me and you, we'll share that area. Boom. It's a wrap. Like, this, all it took is for us to just sit down and have a conversation. Everything don't always have to be an argument or a fight. Like, let's calm down. And of course, coming from Van was interesting. And Lily even said along the same lines. And she was like, look, I know I'm the last person to say this, but, Cobra, the way you handling it is wrong. Like, you're not handling it, in the best way. And you just need to just calm down. And again, I was like, wow. Lily and Van, who thought they would be the voice of reason? But, so that's what's going on over in Chicago. Ain't too much else happening over there. Cobra's still upset. She's still upset by the fact that she doesn't have a booth. She's still not happy about it, but nobody's really paying her much attention. Like, she's pissed off. She's like, I just need to go get up. I just need to go walk. I just need some moment. I need some space. And again, nobody's really paying her a whole lot of attention, because it's like, look, we solved it. Like, we resolved it. She was like, well, I just feel overlooked. I just feel like that you're not thinking about me, that you're just totally overlooking me. And they were like, but Cobra, like, we're sorry. Like, you weren't here. We didn't like, we apologize, but we resolved it. Like, you just need to calm down. Like, it's not that deep. Like, calm the fuck down. And then they talk a little bit more about the whole situation with Ryan. You know that the police are looking for him, and and of course, Van is like, well, look, ain't but one way for this to go. Like, you can't just be shooting up people property. Like, you gonna go to jail. Like, you know. So I don't know how that's gonna play itself out. I don't know. I'm sure it's already played itself out on some level. But yeah, so that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. This episode ended, and oh Lord, it ends with him doing her tattoo. So there it is. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Peace.